You might have noticed a change in your neighborhood lately. Yep, Sprint stores are now T-Mobile stores. Now that Sprint is T-Mobile, you get more coverage, value, and benefits than ever before. We've invested billions to bring our 5G from big cities to small towns across America. And great coverage is just the start. From high-speed mobile hotspot data to weekly deals and giveaways, our customers get tons of great benefits. Head to your new T-Mobile store to learn more.
Qualifying service and capable device required. Coverage not available in some areas. Some uses may require certain plan or features. See T-Mobile.com.
Hi, this is Dr. Joel Wallach, veterinarian physician and founder of Youngevity, and I want to talk about dementias. There's at least a dozen different dementias. Doctors call all of them Alzheimer's disease because when you look at the payout list, Alzheimer's disease pays the most. So no matter which of the 12 dementias you have, they're going to call it Alzheimer's disease, and there's no law that says you can't have 2 or 3 or 5 or 8 or all 12 of the dementias. And so you have to get rid of all the bad stuff. No fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no gluten, no wheat, brown rhinos, no sugar. And then I want you to take 1 Healthy Brain and Heart pack per 100 pounds of body weight. That's 1 Healthy Brain and Heart pack per 100 pounds of body weight. I want you to take the Ultimate Niacin plus 1 of those twice a day. Our De-Stress capsules, 3 of those twice a day. That's 2 bottles a month. Then I want you to take the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets, 3 of those twice a day per 100 pounds of body weight in case you have vascular dementia. And don't forget those 3 eggs twice a day because, remember, 75% of your brain weight is cholesterol. Contact us at usaradiohealth.com. That's usaradiohealth.com.
The magical musical question. Is it Friday yet? Correct answer on this pop quiz. Yes, it's Friday. Thank goodness it's Friday. And it's Daybreak USA with Rod and Ray. Chris is here at the controls, and you are there on the other end of the radio. How do they get all these radios? You got to have the wires to get the radio to play, don't you? And can you
Not
imagine?
Anymore.
Yeah, and all the cars will have wires coming out. Anyhow, wanted to ask you this morning, how many cups of coffee do you think are consumed in America each weekday morning?
You know, that is probably easily found out, or at least a guesstimate.
Well, then let's do a guesstimate here.
All right.
Okay. Well, first of all, there are people that work the second and third shift. Mm-hmm. So I guess classically the ones that work the third shift never have a cup of coffee in the morning because they're sleeping.
Yeah, that's kind of how that goes.
Now, there's people, I never see Chris with a cup of coffee.
Oh, he's
not a non-coffee drinker.
Yeah.
But it's not like, if I can't take my coffee break, something inside me dies. How to succeed in business without really trying back in the 70s. Mm-hmm. Now, I dislike coffee.
But you don't. You like coffee ice cream.
I love coffee ice cream. I love coffee cake.
There you go.
But...
See?
To have a cup of coffee, I think it was ruined for me because of milk emulsifier when I was a kid called Coffee Time. Spelled cleverly, T-Y-M-E.
I've never had that.
Now, you put it in your milk like Bosco, and it made your milk taste like coffee. Because in the old days, kids weren't allowed to drink coffee. But I became a Coke-aholic. That's right, a Coke fiend. And I'm talking about that American icon in a red can. And I wouldn't eat any cans. I'm not a goat. I would drink 8 to 10 of those puppies a day. And if you're going to drink 8 to 10 Coca-Colas a day, you got to start early. And like you would have your morning cup of coffee, I would have my morning can of Coke.
6-pack.
You got to get the burn going, you know. It gives you a great radio voice. Well, I never got that out of it, obviously.
Also gives you obesity, yes.
Oh, thank you.
It gives anybody who drinks that amount.
Well, anyhow, I'm just guessing, but I've got to say that the average coffee drinker drinks 3 cups of coffee in the morning.
I used to drink about that many.
How many drink now? 2?
Actually,
2 during the show. You have 2 cups of coffee.
sometimes. I'm actually down
Truth
to...
in advertising.
No, really. I surprised myself because I have been drinking 1 and been drinking a ton of ice water.
Now, I don't know how the people that are Starbucks freaks can afford to have it.
That's a great cup of coffee. I'm sorry.
It may be a great cup of coffee, but the people who are hooked on Starbucks like 3 times a day, you could become cocaine addicts for about the same price nowadays.
I know, it is. It's expensive, but gosh, it's good.
See, and not being a coffee drinker, I don't understand the difference between the 79-cent cup of coffee at the C-store, the convenience store, as opposed to the $5 coffee latte schmate at Starbucks. So, but I'm going to guess we drink almost 500 million cups of coffee every morning in the United States.
I will get back to you in the next segment on that.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, wow.
Yes.
Now I'm looking forward to the next segment.
See that? Doesn't take much.
Okay, well, we're here to figure these things out for people.
Okay.
Yesterday was a day of liberation for most Americans. The CDC said,
Oh, yes.
let me see your face. Now people are going to hate that because now people are going to have to smile again every once in a while to let you know they're not grumpy.
I don't think they care.
I think they like wearing the mask for that reason. Right here on
Daybreak, yes.
Ashley Katana is the public policy manager at Facebook, and she is here with us to share some information on the COVID-19 vaccine. Ashley, can you share with us this unique program that started in California?
In April, we launched a program to support pop-up vaccine clinics in low-income and underserved communities around California. Today, we're sharing that we've expanded that program to Austin, Boston, Chicago, New York, Seattle, and Washington, D.C. It's really important for us to support the communities near our offices, and this is one way we can do that.
As of right now, where does this endeavor originate from?
Near our headquarters in Menlo Park, we're also teaming with local nonprofits to operate a mobile vaccination truck. Each Friday and Sunday, the truck will park at nearby schools and community spaces.
Ashley, thank you so much for all this great information and this great service you're providing. Could you please tell us where we can go for more information?
Check out www.about.sb.com/news for all the details.
Hi, I'm Wayne Alaroot, and I'm in the best shape of my life. I love working out hard every day, but I turned 60 this year, and working out can cause some serious aches and pains. I was commiserating with my buddy Jay Schrader, the Super Bowl champion and former Raiders quarterback, about the challenges of staying in great shape for anyone over age 50. Jay said I had to try sonsoflibertycbd.com, and it would heal my body, mind, and soul. He was right. No more aches and pains. I feel like $1 million. Finding quality CBD, not easy. But Sons of Liberty CBD, highest quality CBD I've ever seen. CBD is not pot. It won't get you high. It's 100% legal. It's 100% American made. CBD is mainstream and it works. For my listeners, sonsoflibertycbd.com is offering a discount of 15% off every product if you use the code WAR15 at checkout. Even better, you can combine this discount with your subscription discount for 25% off. Please support veteran-owned, service-disabled, small business, Sons of Liberty, CBD.com. Just say WAR15 to get 25% off.
This report is sponsored by Amazon. Nothing says back to school like shopping for new book bags, laptops, outfits, and classroom essentials. Amazon makes shopping convenient for students, parents, and educators gearing up to head back to class. Customers can spend less and smile more when they shop Amazon's back-to-school and off-to-college storefronts this year, offering the widest selection, low prices, and free shipping on millions of items. Whether students are heading off to their first day of preschool or final semester of college, Amazon serves as a one-stop shop with everything customers need to get ready for school, including the latest fall fashions, dorm room decor, must-have supplies, and more. Plus, college students can sign up for a 6-month trial of Prime Student for access to the best of shopping and entertainment from Amazon, plus exclusive offers just for college students. Get your school list ready and start shopping today at amazon.com/back-to-school and amazon.com/off-to-college.
Welcome back, quarter after the hour. It's Rodden Radio, back from a holiday excursion. I'm sure it was the first network radio show ever from Hawaii. Rodden Radio, we're very happy to be a part of it with our host, the Doubletree by Hilton, Alana, Waikiki Beach, Honolulu, and thanks, of course, to Cheryl and Mr. Fernando Vasquez, the general manager, and thanks to Captain Chris, who is joining us a little bit this morning talking about the experience. You know, in being there 9 days, we heard one fear on the island from one guy who was actually one of the valets who had a very close to greatness name. His name was Todd.
Okay. How is Todd
and
doing?
His fear was...
Uh-oh.
And his fear was that something could happen to California, like a major earthquake or something like that, and 85% of their food comes from California.
Well, that's, a legitimate concern. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, he said we could actually starve to death here in less than a month.
Right.
If we lost contact with the coast. I did not know it was that reliant upon it.
Yeah,
that was a shock to me.
I mean, look, California, and I would say probably Texas, are the two most fully resourced rich states that we have in the union. I mean, because between dairy and everything else, ag, I can see why he's concerned. I mean, when he's literally out in the middle of nowhere,
Yeah,
I mean,
and the other part for both, you mentioned Texas and California, both states that border Mexico, and they get things like tomatoes and lettuce that come from the U.S. via Mexico.
And now dairy as well. So
yeah, exactly.
And that's, it's a legitimate concern. But, Todd, if you're listening, mellow out, okay? You'll be fine.
The other thing, I really, really craved a fast food hamburger, and Ray said it didn't come all the way to Hawaii to eat at IHOP.
Why not?
I said, why aren't they good here?
Yeah.
Well,
it's not called I can't. It's called IHOP. I'm hungry. Leave me alone.
I just was craving it to be IHOB,
yeah.
And there was a Buffalo Wild Wings, and obviously Jack in the Boxes, and
In-N-Out,
every
probably.
fast Colonel Sanders.
So.
And one thing that's amazing, first of all, there are no snakes in Hawaii.
You're kidding.
No snakes. And when you think about that, and you think of all that greenery, you immediately think of snakes. Their state animal is the gecko or the gecko.
Okay.
And they crawl around. But birds literally walk up to your feet in restaurants because there's no doors or windows on anything. And they actually fly into restaurants, and they feel very safe around people. Nobody steps on them, I guess.
or if they do, they end up as, the dinner special.
And we took it actually out of our window. We were about 200 feet off the beach, and there was a guy parasailing. And Ray zoomed in as far as she could from the hotel balcony, took a picture and sent it to a friend and said it was me.
Right.
And
I think I got that same picture.
Yeah, she said, yeah, you couldn't get any closer? Yeah, here's a 67-year-old man hanging from the air. Yeah, right.
Well, hey, you are a man of many talents, my friend. I wouldn't doubt that possibility. So
there's
no
question
for you, if you don't mind. All right, so because in the last segment when we were talking, you said something that really had fascinated me about everything being laid back there. So when you're at the beach, and I've seen this in L.A. quite a bit, as we only have about 30 seconds left, but how many people were on their cell phones, if any?
Too many. Yeah.
Really?
Too many. Same problem there as here. Their biggest problem, parking, is obviously very bad and congested. Waikiki and Honolulu, between the two of them, are 1 million people. So it is a fairly good-sized system. I'll tell you something else that's really weird about it. When we return, welcome back to the stateside edition of Daybreak USA.
The old way of living with diabetes is a pain. You've got to remember to do your testing, and you always need to be sticking your fingers. The new way to live your life with diabetes is with a continuous glucose monitor. You simply apply a discreet, easy-to-use sensor on your body, and it continuously monitors your glucose levels, helping you spend more time in range and freeing you from painful finger pricks. If you test your blood sugar at least 4 times per day and inject insulin at least 3 times per day, or use an insulin pump and have private insurance or Medicare, you might be eligible for a CGM with little or no cost to you. Call U.S. Medical Supply today for a free benefits check. We offer free shipping, 90-day supplies, and we bill Medicare or your insurance directly. Call now and say goodbye to finger pricks.
800-763-1954. 800-763-1954. 800-763-1954. That's 800-763-1954.
Life can be full of risks. One thing you shouldn't take a risk with ever is your family's health insurance. If you're self-employed or you now need affordable health insurance, you need to make this free call right now and see how the Health Insurance Helpline can help you get it. We specialize in helping the self-employed and people just like you that need affordable health insurance to get it. We have short and long-term health insurance plans, and some even cover dental, vision, and prescription drugs. Don't take a risk with your family's health insurance. It's not worth it. If you're self-employed or now need affordable health insurance, call right now and learn for free how to get it. Listen, affordable health insurance plans for everyone just like you are a free phone call away. So give us a shout right now.
800-470-8021. 800-470-8021. 800-470-8021. That's 800-470-8021.
So here's the choice. Some people say the USA is finished. It's evil, a has-been, full of hate and injustice. The U.S. Constitution should be trashed and the Bill of Rights abolished. No free speech, no gun ownership. Competition and free markets are bad. We're all too stupid. For our own good, the government must own everything and know all your secrets.
Other people say that America has created the freest, richest, happiest, most generous society that has ever existed in the world. That's why millions of people are desperate to come here and escape their brutal lives in Cuba, Venezuela, North Korea, and 100 other countries.
In America, we have the right to succeed, the right to our own living, the right to have a family, the right to believe in God, the right to have our own ideas, the right to be safe and secure, and the right to be left alone.
Where do you stand? Help us save the Constitution and restore the American dream. Go to SaveMyFreedom.com.
Brought to you by the American Media Council.
Welcome back. 23 minutes after your hour. It's Rotten Radio and Captain Chris, the third part of the triangular. I guess we're an isosceles triangle today. I never remember which one, or a right angle triangle. I can't remember. Oh, I was going to tell you the weird thing in Hawaii. Most of the freeways are 45 miles an hour. Can you imagine that working in Arizona here or in California?
Well, it sounds like the 405.
Yeah, and by choice, not by the fact that they're moving so slow. And the fastest piece of freeway we were on was 55. There's no 65s, there's no 75. And the other thing, when you turn on your blinker, people actually let you in front of them, and they don't tell you how many friends they had before their dog died.
You know what? Now you lead me to another question. How much did you see any? I have so many questions for you, pal. We might get through the whole show. I'm going to have more questions for you than Wink Martindale. So good.
So
Here's my question. Now, Hawaii sounds like an amazing place. I would love to go, but what you see in every city in this country is road rage. How rampant was it there?
Non-existent.
You're kidding.
Non-existent.
Really?
I watched a man wait for the bus to pull in front of him on a surface street from the stop.
Well, what? I'm sorry, I don't understand what you're saying. What?
I understand that you don't. And the other thing is about 30% of the people there have those little moped scooters.
Okay.
And that's about 30% of the traffic on the roadways. Because, unless you worked on the North Shore of Hawaii and lived in Oahu, there's no drive you could have on the islands that's more than a half an hour.
Well, wow. Yeah, I guess, you keep forgetting Hawaii is about the size of a major U.S. city. So,
yeah, about that. Yeah,
roughly.
About that. About the size of L.A. That's a very good comparison.
Okay.
New York City and L.A. And your city, Dallas.
Now, I wanted to ask you this because I know you used to live there.
Yes.
And so for you, first off, A, when was the last time you were there before this trip? And B, how much has it evolved from when you last saw it?
I hadn't been there in 25 years.
Oh, so this was a real homecoming for you in a sense.
Yeah, and I did not go to Oahu for 40 years because as great as Oahu is in Honolulu, it is what they call the gathering place, because in the old days, they only flew into Honolulu, and then you would fly from Honolulu to Maui or Kauai or to the big island of Hawaii, Kona or Hilo. And so everybody flew, and then they would meet in Honolulu, Waikiki, and stay a day, and then they would go their separate ways. But now flights fly directly into Lihue on Kauai, they fly directly into Lahaina in Maui, and they fly directly into Hilo and Kona down on the Big Island. So it's not quite the same, the gathering place. The city is, the skyline is unbelievable. I mean, it really is. And to look down that shore and see all those hotels, of which I believe there are, Fernando, the general manager, told me, I believe there's 142 hotels in Honolulu, Waikiki.
By the way, he was great on the air with you last week.
Wasn't he a super guy?
You know what? I'm going to break down the fourth wall a little bit for the listeners, but when you get somebody who's coming on who probably hasn't really done interviews before, I'm going to question whether or not he has, because he sounded really natural. He sounded like he was in his comfort zone. But then again, he's in Hawaii. I think everybody would be a little relaxed. So, he was amazing to listen to. It gave you a real insight into somebody who came from Los Angeles and then moving to Hawaii and accepting that new culture and that new type of lifestyle and making it a part of their own, which I think is always one of the greatest unique dynamics when it comes to the human personality.
And he spent places in time that you spent a lot of places. He spent 17 years in Chicago.
Right.
Can you imagine the change? I mean, you spent time, just like a good radio person, you spent time in every major city in the country. And you enjoyed your time in New York. You enjoyed your time in Chicago. Of course, you were born up in Detroit, another big city.
Yeah.
Los Angeles, Las Vegas, a big city. But there's no other big city like this. So to grow up, to spend, and he was 37, so to spend 17 years of your life in Chicago and then go to Hawaii was amazing. And he was originally from Puerto Rico, from San Juan, where he told us that his mother and father went 4 months without electricity. They lived on a generator for 4 months.
That's absurd. Yeah, I mean, that's... I'm not even going to go down that road, but yeah, it sounds like mom and dad are doing fine, and that's all that matters now.
Yeah, but can you imagine going from Chicago, because even New York City, and you spent time in both.
Yeah.
Even though New York City is hustle and bustle and very fast, and everything goes on quickly, But Chicago has a different energy than even New York City.
It's a more industrious, push-through-life type of... It's a bare-knuckle brawl type of mentality there. Now, I don't mean brawl in that sense, but you know what I mean. You know, it's elbow grease mentality.
It is amazing. And obviously, just like in any city, they have homeless people in Hawaii, and that's sad. Right. It's sad to see. But the homogenous nature of the society, which we'll talk about when we return right here on Daybreak USA with Rod and Ray and Captain Chris.
Angie's List is now Angie, and getting your to-do list done just got easier. Between back to school and with the holidays around the corner, it can feel like there's no time to tackle home projects. Whether you need help with emergency repairs or major upgrades, Angie matches you with top local pros who can get the job done right. Browse reviews, see upfront pricing, and instantly book hundreds of projects. Save time for what matters most. Book your next project at Angie.com. That's ANGI.com.
You might have noticed a change in your neighborhood lately. Yep, Sprint stores are now T-Mobile stores. Now that Sprint is T-Mobile, you get more coverage, value, and benefits than ever before. We've invested billions to bring our 5G from big cities to small towns across America. And great coverage is just the start. From high-speed mobile hotspot data to weekly deals and giveaways, our customers get tons of great benefits. Head to your new T-Mobile store to learn more.
Qualifying service and capable device required. Coverage not available in some areas. Some uses may require certain plan or features. See T-Mobile.com.